We're going to continue on, and I was interrupted. I had somebody at my door. So I'm going to start right here because I noticed when I did this one in a hurry, trying to find a good stopping place, I forgot the +1. So we're going to go back on this one and put in a +1 because that's what I have, plus the 4z must equal the -79. Okay, so I'm going to have the 16z, which is what I had, +1 equal to -79. I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides, and that'll give me 16z equal to -80. Now I'll divide. And I'm going to divide by 16. It'll come up here in a minute. And let me move some things around so I can get to this thing and stick it where you can see it. So I'm going to enter the -80 and divide by the 16, and I should get a -5. So I've got what that variable is worth, and now I'm at the third one. So in the third one, I have 8m, 5m, and equal to 52. So now we're going to solve for m. So I'm going to write what I have. 8m plus 5m equals that 52. I'm going to have 13m equal to 52. All right, so on this one, I'm going to divide by the 13. Yeah, I've got puppies. It's 4. M is 4. All right, so I have my first row done. Now I'm going to do my second row. And I'm going to have the 12k plus 7k is equivalent to that 76. I'm going to have 19k equal to 6. I'm going to divide both sides by that 19. And I get 4. K is also 4 for that variable. I'm going to do the center one, which is a 2 plus a 4 must equal to 6, so I'm good. That is true. So we're on to the last one, which is 5 and 1 equal to 6, and that is also true. And this is true. So we have all of our variables for values, and we can continue on. So we're at the best part is how do we do everything on the calculator? Because I mean, I made you buy one or at least get one on your smartphone, and we want to utilize it. So let's talk about the understanding of the examples and steps to adding, subtracting matrices. The general rules for adding and subtracting matrices are: check that the matrices are the same row by column. Then add, subtract each matching element position from each matrix. Combine using laws of sign numbers. In other words, you subtract and keep the sign of the dominant number, that type of business. And place total in new matrix. Double check to ensure that the sign notation is included. All right, so here we are at our a subtraction, which means we distribute the negative through the entire thing. So this one is good, and it'll be a good practice of everything we've learned. So let's get started on it. See that? So we can do the following. We're going to connect, know that this is a 3 by 4, and this is a 3 by 4. So we're good there. So now what we want to do is combine. And we're subtracting. Okay, so we're going to have a giant 1 matrix, and I'm going to do it this way so you can see the connection of what is happening. And remember that we are subtracting, so every sign changes in that B matrix. Okay, so here we go. We have 2 minus 2. Then I'm going to have 8 minus 3. Then I'm going to have 13 minus 7. And I'm going to have 1 minus 10. Does everybody see where I got that? Okay. Now we're doing second row. 6 minus 3. 4 minus a negative 4. So that's 2 negatives. This and this are 2 negatives, so it makes a positive 4. Then I'm going to have negative 1 minus a negative and a negative make a positive, plus 3. Then I'm going to have a 5 minus a 5. Now that one had the double negative rule. And in the double negative rule, if we have the opposite of a negative value, then we get that value. All right, so now we're doing the last row. 1 minus an 8. 2 minus 0. I like that one. 0 minus, okay, now here we have that double negative rule. So it's going to be a plus 3. And then I'm going to have 10 minus 18. Okay. Now this is physically what's happening. Okay. So now we're going to do the math and make one matrix. Here I go. 2 minus 2 is 0. 8 minus 3 is a 5. 13 minus 7 is a 6. 1 minus 10 is a negative 9. 6 minus 3 is a 3. 4 plus 4 is an 8. Negative 1 and 3 is a positive 2. 5 minus 5 is a 0. 1 minus 8 is a negative 7. 2 minus 0 is still 2. 0 plus 3 is a 3. 10 minus 18 is a negative 8. And there you have it. We have done all the operations on that. Well, saying, well, when can I use the calculator? Well, now remember, if we're using the calculator, you have to work to get everything in the first time because you won't catch the mistake. So now we're going to do the calculator entry. How to enter a matrix. That's our first step. How do I enter a matrix? Now, we talked about it before in section 2.2, but we're doing it again. We're going to first go to second matrix, second X inverse, and that's the fourth row on the calculator right here. Let me clear this. 1, 2, 3, fourth row is where that X inverse is, which says matrix on the side. And then you'll see this window. Then you're going to arrow over to edit. Arrow over to edit. Now remember, when we do this, the arrow over to edit to where edit is highlighted. And you're going to choose number 1 by enter. All right, so we're going to enter, and you get a new window. Now it's going to ask you the row by column. So we need to know the size, and we type it in and enter each one. Now, after that's done, then you repeat the process, but choose B for the second one. When it's completed, you do second mode quit. Second mode, which is quit, getting onto the home screen. Now we're going to do addition or subtraction. So we're going to do second matrix inverse to get the matrix app. And notice the name heading, and we're going to choose number 1 by enter. And it's on the home screen. Then do the add or subtract, whichever one you're going to do. And then do second inverse, again, to get the matrix, and choose B and enter. So that's all there is to it. Enter for the command and view the answer. All right. So if we want to, we could do the big one, but we're going to do this one because it's got 3 of them. All right. So here we go. So we're going to enter. Okay, here we go. Second quit. Always second quit to get on the home screen. Second matrix. We're going to edit the first one, A. We're going to make this A. We're going to make this one B, and we're going to make this one C. All right, here we go. All right, so we know that they're all 2 by 2s. They're square matrix. So we're going to enter a 2, enter 2. And notice it changes to exactly what we need. There's no clearing of it other than typing over it. You can clear each one individually, but it's too much work. So we're going to type over 2, -3, make sure it's a negative, 0, and 11. Okay, I know I want to double check that I did everything right. And then I'm going to go to second quit. Okay, I'm going to go to second matrix again. I'm going to edit, but this time I move my arrow down to the second one. And it's also a 2 by 2. And I'm going to enter 5, 8, -5. Make sure it's the negative, and 5. Otherwise, you get a very weird answer, and it won't be right, and you'll be upset. 5, 8, -5, and 5. Good. Do a second quit. I'm going to do a second matrix. I'm going to go to the edit, and I'm going to do the third one. The third one is a 2 by 2 again, and it's 8, 5, and 3. All right. Now, I've entered every, ooh, look at that. That's a bobo right there. That's just a 5. There you go. See how easy it is to do a bobo. Okay. So now we have all of them entered. So I go on my home screen and I'm ready to operate. I want to name it, and I'm going to use, now remember, this is subtraction, and this guy, oops, sorry about that, is addition. So we're going to do that. Here we go. We're going to second matrix name it. I'm just going to enter A. And the next one is minus. So I'm putting the minus. Second matrix, put my arrow down to B, enter. And now I'm going to put a plus. And I'm going to do second matrix, and I'm going to do the third one and enter. And my answer is 5, -3, 10, and 9. If I did the entry right, that's what I should have. Well, let's do it all in one. All right. So I'm going to have a 2 minus a 5 plus an 8. Then I'm going to have a -3 minus an 8 plus an 8. On the second row, I'm going to have a 0 minus a negative, so that's a plus 5, plus 5. Then I'm going to have a 11 minus 5, sorry about that, plus 3. All right. So that's the action of it, and my answer should be the same. 2 minus 5 plus 8. Well, that's 10. That would make it a 5. This is a -11 plus 8 is a -3. This is 0 plus 5 is 5, and 5 and 5 make 10. This is 11 minus 5 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So manually and calculator, we have the same answers. All right. So now you're ready to do your homework. You have a few more problems to do. I just gave you an overview. The homework is only 10 problems, and I've covered all of them. Not all of them, but enough to where you'll be successful. Now do your homework. Thank you.